Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how I improved a really cheap broom. This one we had for my daughter a few Halloweens back, probably like from the pound shop or probably like Home Bargain or something. It would have been no more than a couple of quid. And it's just a basic bamboo stick with some twigs wrapped around the base with this hideous looking yellow stuff. So first of all, I removed the yellow banding that was in the bristles. I just thought that looked a bit naff, and I liked the look. I prefer the look of just the bristles together with nothing inside. Then I wanted to get rid of the yellow, so I took some dark blue sparkly crocheting thread that I had in my drawer and wrapped that around to cover up the yellow and get rid of it. I just didn't like the yellow. I think it would look better in a darker colour. If I had time, I probably would have took the whole broom apart, replaced the stick and everything, but due to lack of time, I just thought, well, I'll just work with what I've got and just basically decorate it to make it look better. Then once I'd finished wrapping up the yellow and covering that up, and I did trim off like the end of that, I painted the actual bamboo stick black and then wrapped this red sparkly ribbon around it. And then I glued the ribbon into place, and then I glued on some of these autumn leaves that I ordered. I wanted to give this broom a really nice autumnal look. It's not being used as part of a costume, it's being used as a decoration to hang up on my wall for Halloween. In case you're wondering. You could use it as part of your costume though if you want to. You just have to make sure you really glue everything down well. Then I wanted to stick on these little roses, and I found that the plastic in them that's holding them together was getting in the way. So what I did is I took the rose apart, removed the plastic stem, so I could actually get them to stick nice and securely to the handle. And then it's just a case of reconstructing the petals and just sticking them back together with my hot glue gun. This is me just realising that there's like another plastic clip inside, because I was wondering why the last few petals wouldn't separate. So I found another clip and removed that. And then make sure when you do put the glue on, make sure you go around where the hole is in the centre of the petal fabric and just press it down gently, and just be careful because sometimes the glue can seep through the hole in the middle and burn your finger, which I found out twice. Then I decided that I wanted to do another rose just above where I placed that one on the handle. So again, I'm taking the rose apart and separating out the petal sections. As you can see, it's like a section of 3 petals with a hole in the middle, and it's just a case of sticking them all back together with hot glue. Don't worry if some of the petals scrunch up a bit weird when you're sticking them back on. I found that just adds to the texture of the rose. Then I took these little skull beads I've got and put some glue on them at the back, and then glued those into the centre of the roses. If I'd have had more time, I would have found some slightly larger skulls and painted them and everything. But I was running out of time at this point and was just wanted to use what I've already got. So I used these little skull beads instead. But I do quite like how they turned out. I think they sort of remind me of like Tim Burton sort of style stuff. I don't know why, but that's what pops to my head when I see the little skulls in the roses. And I quite like the little white skulls. I think they look quite cute. Then I decided to stick another rose in the centre of where I put the flowers at the base of the broom. And again, just reconstructing the rose and sticking it all back together in exactly the same way. And then I took another skull bead and placed that in the centre of this one, like so. Then I took some of the red leaves, the red fake leaves that I've got, and at first I stuck them like that, but then I noticed that they didn't hang right when I lifted the broom up, so I had to take them off and glue them a different way. So what I had to do is, instead of putting glue at the back of the leaf, I had to put glue on the top of the leaf and then press it against the back of the rose to make it so it sticks out, because I wanted to be able to see it sticking out like that. And I did the same with the top rose as well, sticking some leaves, a couple of leaves on the back to make them stick out behind the rose. I just like the contrast of the red and the black together. I just like how it looks. Then I took my ribbon and I wanted to make it a bit shorter, so I cut it shorter and cut it into 2 pieces, and then I just made sure that the ends weren't going to fray. I just used my lighter just to melt the ends, but you've got to be careful. I actually found this ribbon burns very well, so it might be better just to use a little dab of glue on the end. And then I stuck the ribbon in place behind the groups of leaves. I just wanted like a little bit of ribbon hanging down over the bristles. And then what I did is, in front of the bristles, I crossed the 2 bits of ribbon over and then just glued them into position. And then I took some of my red berries. These were like on a big stick, and I just took the stick apart, so I had all the little berry clumps separate, and I stuck one behind the rose at the bottom and then one above it, and then just placed them wherever I felt that I wanted them going up the stick. I just made sure I put a bit of extra glue in certain parts just to make sure that it was well stuck down so it wouldn't come off again. And then I stuck some higher up behind the 2 rose and leaf clusters that I'd put further up the broom. And as you can see, because they're wired, I just bent them so that they're stuck in the position I wanted. And then for this one, I just put a bit of ribbon over the top of where the bare wire was showing through, just to make sure it looked a bit better, and to just make sure I wasn't going to poke myself later on with that piece of wire. Like so. So that's what the broom looks like so far. But then I needed to decorate the top. First of all, I was going to stick the rose in the top of the bamboo stick, but I decided not to in the end. So I took it apart like I did for all the others, just removing all the little clips and the plastic. And I stuck the rose at the top of the handle. And I did the same as I did with the other roses, where I reconstructed it, stuck it together with hot glue, and then put a little mini skull bead in the middle. Like so. And then I got a piece of ribbon and stuck it, folded in half and looped over the top as a little loop so I can hang it up on my wall. And I made sure it was dry. Make sure it's well dry before you try and hang it up, because the hot glue does take a minute or two just to fully set. I mean, this broom doesn't weigh anything, there's no weight to it anyway, but just to make sure. Sorry about the truck noises, it's rush hour traffic at the minute and they're all going past my house. For some reason it's truck day today. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So, yep, that is my Halloween broomstick decoration. So, improving a very cheapo broom and making it look like a nice decoration to go on the wall. And here's what it looks like on my wall, hanging up. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.